Hello everyone, welcome to Amateur Hour Gaming, the channel where me, an average guy with an average video game setup, tells you about video games that are good. Today, I'm taking a look at Halo 3. Everyone knows what Halo 3 is, everyone knows that Halo 3 is a good game, but what surprised me is that Halo 3 is a very good game in comparison to other games that came out in 2020. I think it's a good game to play today. Like, I played through it and I had fun. It was a fun game. That's the best way I can sum it up. If you don't know, Halo 3 came out way back in 2007, developed by Bungie, who you may know as the Destiny people for the last
They let me
6
pick.
years.
Did I ever tell you that?
And I'll just let this cutscene play out.
Choose whichever
No,
Spartan I
it's okay.
want.
This game's 13 years old. Everyone's seen the cutscene.
Really?
It's good. It's
I
good.
did my
Some
research,
background for
watched
me.
as you became
I've
the
never owned
soldier
an
I needed
Xbox
you to be.
system in my life. My
Like
systems
the
went
others, you were
GameCube,
strong
Wii,
and swift
PlayStation
and
3,
brave.
PC, and
A
then Switch.
natural
So
leader.
I've never had my
But
experiences
you
with the
had
Halo games
something
growing
I
up
didn't.
was through
Something no
friends.
one saw
I
but
played
me.
multiplayer with friends, which I want to tell a story about my first
Can you
experience with
guess?
Halo multiplayer, and I played through the Halo 3
Luck.
campaign entirely with a friend in 2007. But I have next to no memory of that because it was 13 years ago and I never played any Halo after that. So I treated this
Was
as
I
my
wrong?
quote unquote first playthrough, my first experience with Halo 3, even though I do have some memories, but almost nothing of anything else. And I also, before this, played Halo 1, Halo 2, and Halo Reach as they released on the Master Chief Collection on PC. It was for sure my first time playing 1, 2, and Reach.
This ain't
And
good.
just
Damn.
as a quick summary,
How far did he fall? 2
I wasn't a
kilometers.
fan
Easy.
of those
Stay
games.
sharp.
1 and 2 just felt dated and kind of like a grind. It got to a point where I was like, okay, I just want to be done with this. I want to just see the end and get through it.
Foreman,
And
his armor's
Reach,
locked up. Gel
I've
layer
read
could
a
have
bunch
taken
about
most
how
of the
people
impact.
like how it's different with the squad and how
I don't
they
know,
die off one
Sergeant
by
Major.
one, but Reach was probably my least favorite of the games I played. It was probably a mistake to play it as my quote unquote first Halo game because I had no frame of reference for anything in the story. But it was the first game that came out on the Master Chief Collection on PC, and so I was like, well, it's there, I'm gonna play it. And yeah, it just
Radio for
I
Vitor.
genuinely
Heavy
didn't know
lifting.
anything about the Halo story, about who
We're not
Master
leaving him
Chief
here.
was, about who Cortana was. I know these
Yeah,
names,
you're not.
and but I don't know
Phew.
anything about the
Crazy
story. And going
fool.
into Reach
Why
like
do you
that
always jump?
was a mistake. I
One of
didn't
these
even know
days,
what
you're
Reach
gonna
was.
land
I
on
didn't know
something
what the
as stubborn as
Covenant
you
was.
are. And I don't do
Anything
bits and
about that.
pieces.
Like when I played Halo 1, when the Flood showed up, I was like,
Where is she, Chief?
what the heck is this? I thought this was going to be
There's
a game where I
Cortana.
shoot aliens and there's this
I'll make a
parasitic
girl a
life form
promise.
that's terrifying. I
If you
didn't
know
know
you
that was a
can't keep
thing.
it.
I know the Flood are in Halo 3,
She
but I
saved
didn't
the
remember
honor.
that. I totally forgot. Like,
Corporal, make it quick.
and
Sorry, sir.
Halo 3 was
Your
different.
armor's still in
It
partial
just
lockdown.
it was fun the whole way through.
Look up here, sir.
That's the best way that
Okay.
I can describe Halo 3.
Now down
Is it's
here.
just fun.
Good.
And in this, the
Everything
year
checks out, Sergeant
2020,
Major.
there
Kick
just
off the
aren't
training
games like
wheels,
this
Corporal.
anymore.
He's
Could you
good to go.
imagine someone releasing a game being like, it's a first-person shooter, and you just go through the story missions? There's no unlockables. There's no
Pete, wait.
skill tree.
with us.
There's no dialogue
Come on
options.
now.
There's no moral choices.
Got enough to
It's
worry about
literally
without you two
just
trying to
a
kill each other.
first-person shooter, and you go through the
Word
missions.
so easy.
That's it. That's it's just a thing that doesn't exist anymore.
We
But
must
it's
go.
still fun,
Routes are
which is
open.
really impressive to me.
And they must love the smell
Like,
of green.
I'm trying to think. I've been trying to think of recent examples of first-person shooters where you just go through a story. And the Wolfenstein games are the closest I can think of. Those have a skill tree though. And I think they might have some choices. But that's pretty close. That's pretty close to the Halo 3 experience. And then there's Dishonored, which isn't a shooter, but it's first person and has story missions that you go through.
First squad, you're my scout.
But that also has a skill
Move out.
tree.
Quiet as you can.
And yeah, it's just crazy to me that like we think of Halo as the defining first person shooter of a generation that altered the course of video games. But yet there aren't games like Halo anymore. which is surprising. It was a nostalgia trip, but it was a good nostalgia trip. Like sometimes you play old games and you're like, man, I can't do this. I can't. This is too hard. This is too archaic. Did I just jump off a guy? And this just feels good. The shooting itself still feels great. As for story, I think Halo 3 is the first time that Bungie figured out how to do the storytelling well, because I could actually this is going to sound bad, but I could actually follow the story in Halo 3, where with 1 and 2 it was more of a struggle. I realized while playing them that like when we were younger, we had an influx of background info from the games that weren't in the games. Like back then there were manuals that had tons of information about the characters and events and places in the game. I remember my Crash Bandicoot game had a manual that had a walkthrough for the first few levels. And it gave it gave information about all of the different characters in the game, all the different bosses. And I'm guessing for Halo also there was E3, there was actual video game magazines back then. Oh, good job they took out the Brute. Which would have given you the information on who these people are, the events that are happening. But for me, just playing the game, just going into the game with no other information about the story, not a lot of it made sense to me. I didn't know who the Covenant was. I didn't know who the Space Marines are. Seriously, it was really tough to follow. And I know, like, if you're someone who actually had the Halo games going up, I'm sure you can easily explain what happened in the Halo stories. But someone going into it with no background info, it's tough. But Halo 3 does a much better job of this. A much better job with the cutscenes. And the cutscenes definitely helped, and just I don't know. It's hard for me to explain because like it's just the way it was. Halo 1 I couldn't follow the story. Halo 3 I did. I love throughout 1 and 3 these silly troops shoot the dead bodies, and this game I've heard some of them be like, gotta make sure they're dead, or this is just too fun, stuff like that. And I was like, oh, you're clever because the programming or whatever. One downside I do have for the game is there is no subtitles for the out of cutscene stuff, which really sucks. Let me just double check. Because I'm pretty sure I have subtitles on. Yeah, I have subtitles on. And there are times where people will be telling you what you're supposed to do, and in the heat of combat, I can't hear it.
Sleepers.
And also, whoops, I didn't take them out quiet. Where in the heat of combat, you can't hear what they're saying. And even worse, that's an accessibility thing for those who are hard of hearing, that I wish 343 would have added it. That's something that every game should have, is full subtitles, because not everyone can hear things that are happening in the game. Oh, hello. Just fighting the enemies in this game. Oh, one thing I'm sure you might have noticed at the beginning. I play this game and pretty much every video game on easy because I do not like dying in video games, and I do not play video games for the challenge. I play the video games to have fun, and to experience the story.
But I can't raise Bravo. If you find them, get them to the extraction point over here.
And dying over and over again. This is a very, very nitpicky thing with me. Hey, let him go. Dying in video games is it's a video game thing that doesn't actually happen in the game. And I'm going to try to explain what I mean by that. When, like, let's say throughout the course of this mission, I, as Master Chief, die 5 times and I respawn 5 times before eventually beating the mission. Oh, there we go. That's what I want. Yes. Dying 5 times and respawning 5 times. None of the other characters experience that happen. That's strictly just a thing that happens in this because it's a video game. None of the characters are gonna be like, wow, you died and respawned 5 times before you completed that one. In their eyes, Master Chief has never died throughout this adventure. It's a straight run through. And I just don't like that disconnect. It just bothers me. So why would I play this on a hard difficulty dying over and over again when that isn't something that is happening in the game? That's something that's a part of something out of the game. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just the way I've always been with video games.
Your vitals just pinged KIA.
And again, with those Cortana things, I don't think there was subtitles for it. Maybe I missed it. But just those Cortana interruptions are kind of lame because I don't. They're just like vague, like weird things that don't really add too much.
Break off now. Watch yourself. Off the front.
See, even this looks great.
Get a hold of her. Negative. We're going down.
So cool. The storytelling they do, with stuff just happening around you as well as through the cutscenes, it just works so much better in Halo 3 than it did in Halo 1 and 2. Speaking of respawning, just real quick, I think it's interesting that in Destiny, Bungie actually made respawning make sense in universe explanation, and I really appreciate that. I'm not going to talk about it too much because this is a video about Halo 3, but I thought that was cool.
Wait.
One thing I still don't like and have never liked playing through Halo 1, 2, 3, and Reach is the fact that you run out of ammo for your weapons and have to switch to other weapons. Because there are only a handful of weapons that I like. I never noticed this going before. Can I kick it? Excellent. There's only a handful of weapons that I really like using. And it just sucks running out of ammo and having to be like, okay, let me just pick up this crappy weapon, try and make do. Which I understand that's a thing that makes the game. That's what makes a Halo game, is having to use all these different weapons.
Reinforcement.
And just experiencing all the different weaponry, because they put a lot of work into all the different weapons. And it would be remiss of me not to give credit where credit's due. But I only like using the rifles. Find Johnson before he's captured. I don't think I'm gonna do that.
The demon! Destroy him! Little Oh no!
I will say sometimes the objectives and where you're supposed to go is a little too vague and difficult to find. Uh-oh, see, look. Oh, I got some more of this ammo. Okay, let's just throw that there. That guy's annoying. That was a good grenade throw. I'm pretty terrible at throwing grenades in this game.
Echo 5-1, this is Crow's Nest. Echo 5-1, please respond.
Here we go. Give me that ammo. Love it. Yeah, like right here is a one time where I'm gonna kill these people and then we'll see. Just die. Oops, sorry, Arbiter. Like Halo 2 was a big thing about telling you about the Arbiter and giving his background info.
Sergeant Major went this way, Chief, through the cave.
See, like, when I first played this, they're like, you went through the cave, and I'm like, alright. Cave. I was like, is that the cave? Is there a cave over there? It took me forever to find the cave, which sometimes the game does give you waypoints, but sometimes it doesn't. It's a weird thing that It sometimes does. Like, here's the cave over here. There are just some points where I got lost, especially in a later mission in a flood ship. That was a super confusing area. That's something that in today's games they give you a waypoint, so you always know where to go. And I actually like that. I'm not here to stumble around, wasting my
See how they
time,
bait their trap?
not going where I'm supposed to go.
Mic off.
I will have you spray me.
Mic on.
This was one of the missions that I do remember playing, or this area, excuse me. I remember playing with my friend. I remember this mission distinctly because, oh come on, how did that grenade not kill him? He was like, how can you only play games on easy? Why would you do that? You can play it on legendary, I'm sure you can. And so he had me, oh, no way. Did that get him? Ha, awesome. He had me play on legendary, and he had me do this section over and over again until I finally beat it on legendary. And yeah, I was like, no, this is awful. I'm not I'm not doing that. Another thing, a nitpick I will say about Halo 3 is there are these things like the regenerator, the bubble shield. I don't know what any of that stuff does. I mean, obviously the bubble shield is a bubble shield, but like there's the regenerator, there's other things. It never explained to me what those was or how to use them, so I just never did. Have fun. That was cool.
This isn't as fun as it looks. Cut the power. We're even, as long as we're only counting today. Kilo 2-3, what's your ETA?
Imminent, Sergeant. Find some cover. Got a clear path.
Roger that, Hocus.
Friendly gunship coming in hot.
Stay alive. I'm trying to think, what else was that? Oh, right in the foot. I said I'm terrible at grenade throws, and look at me now. I'm incredible. Hey, stop that. Also, Master Chief is supposed to be this...
Focus. Phantom.
Oops. This one-of-a-kind, incredible...
Going loud. Everyone down.
Oh yeah, this is a cool part.
Last one found.
The way stuff explodes in this game is so good. I love actually like seeing the things crumble to pieces. It's so great. Look at that! Oh, so cool. Obviously the graphical fidelity isn't the best, but still just seeing them blow up into chunks is so cool. Love it. That's right. Can I come? Can I come? Oh, hold RB to right. I wish the game would specify what was originally in the game and what was added for like Halo 2 Anniversary or the Halo 1 for Vista or whatever it was. Because throughout 1, 2, 3, and I think Reach, there are these hidden
IFF confirmed.
Hidden,
Contact is Pelican dropship, Kilo 2-3, over.
terminals. Hidden terminals I found. A couple of them did cutscenes, which gave me no reference for what those were about. I found one in Halo 3 that was like a text conversation that I didn't know who that was from and what they were talking about. Really weird things, and I don't know if... Obviously the cutscenes were of a much higher quality than the rest of the game, so I don't know if those were added later or if those were in the original game as well. Hey, we did the first mission in Halo. Excellent. It's just another little nitpick. It didn't take away from my enjoyment of the game. It's tough to talk about Halo 3 just because it is so simple, but it's
Sorry
so
for
good.
the
It's
tight
so good.
squeeze. Tell the commander her ace is in the hole.
Oh, cool. I didn't do that. Got an achievement. I don't know if you can see that on the capture.
Check it out.
After I beat Halo 3, even through like the last missions, I was like, I could see myself playing this again.
Where
And
did you find him?
that's very rare for me with
Out
video
back.
games.
I'll bet. It's good to see you, Chief.
Likewise, ma'am.
Let's get you up to speed. The Prophet of Truth's ships breached the lunar perimeter, smashed what was left of the home.
Like, I don't understand.
Terrestrial casualties from the subsequent
I
bombardment.
kind of
were
understand who the Prophet of
extreme.
Truth is and
Truth
how the
could have
Covenant
landed
works.
anywhere, but he
From
committed
what I
all his
understand, the
forces
Covenant is
here,
like a
East
collection
Africa,
of
the
alien
ruins of New
races,
Mombasa.
and
Then they started.
they used the elites
What
to
about
further their
Halo?
purposes, and now the
We
elites are
stopped
like, we
it,
don't want to put
but
up with
only
that.
temporarily.
I think.
Now the Prophet of Truth is
It was
looking for
just
something
weird
called
in
Deep
Halo
Park,
1
where
how
he'll
the
be able to
cutscenes
fire
are just
all
so
the Halo rings. If he succeeds, humanity.
they're like not cutscene-y in the way that we
every
think about them
sentient being
today.
in the galaxy.
Like
The rings will
arbiters,
kill
I
us
think
all.
maybe it was in Halo
Ma'am,
2.
I
Arbiter
have
was like,
Lord Hood.
that's for me
Patch him
to
through.
do, and the
Good
brute was
news,
like,
Commander
not
Keyes.
anymore.
As it gets, sir.
And I'm like,
So
what's
I see.
happening? What are these people even
What's your
talking
status,
about?
son?
Green, sir.
Glad to hear it. Commander's come up with a good plan, but without you, I wasn't sure we could
It's
pull
just
it off.
interesting to me
Truth's ships are
that
clustered above the excavation
Halo
site,
3
and his
and
infantry
Halo
is
as a
deployed
series
anti-aircraft
is
batteries
so
around the
important to
perimeter.
all these people,
But
so many
if we
people
neutralize
in the
one of the
world,
batteries,
and
punch
it
a
has
hole in Truth's
meant
defenses.
nothing to me.
I'll initiate a
It's been
low-level strike.
absolutely nothing.
Hit him right where it hurts.
And I
I
see
only
what
have
the
a
big deal
handful of
is.
ships,
I understand
Master
now.
Chief.
I'm excited to play
Big risk.
ODST
But I'm
4
confident.
and 5, even though I hear that 4 and 5 aren't as good.
Emergency generators.
I still want
now.
to play them, just
Shielding
to,
failed. They're down and
just to
charging.
experience them.
As soon as they're
I don't think I'll play
reestablished,
Halo
contact
Wars.
with Lord
Not
Hood.
much of an
Let him
RTS
know.
person at all.
All of you vermin, cowering in the dirt, thinking, what, I wonder, that you might escape the coming fire? No, your world will burn until its surface is but glass, and not even your demon will live to creep, blackened from
So,
its hole to mar the reflection of our
Again, from what I understand, the Prophet of Truth's
for your
whole
destruction
goal
is
is
the
to
will of the
activate the
gods.
Halo rings
And
to
I
exterminate all
am
life
their instrument.
so that they can achieve a higher
Bastard just loves to run his mouth.
Does he usually
higher-
mention me?
life thing. I can't think of the right word. I'm
Give
sorry.
the order. We're closing shop.
Ma'am,
And that's
We're about to get hit.
weird.
all personnel needs to go to Alpha
We're
One.
getting all of them.
Very drastic.
I
Evacuation.
have to carry him myself.
That's another thing in
Man's
Halo
walking
2. I
is
was like,
requesting a
there's
rally point.
another Halo ring?
Where should they
All these things that people learn decades ago, I'm learning for the
To
first
war.
time. This is another mission where I got confused about where to go.
We just lost the perimeter cameras.
And I
Motion
think
trackers?
They're down or we're
I
not
want to
receiving,
try
can't tell.
going somewhere else just to see what happens.
Any of our birds squawking?
No, ma'am. Wait, Overwatch has contacts. Phantoms
Overwatch.
closing on our position.
Any birds less than 5 minutes out?
See, no,
Bring them in.
no,
Tell everything else to scatter.
Aye, aye.
no subtitles.
We'd have this many wounded.
Pelicans are gonna take extra time to
I
load.
can only imagine what it
We
would be
knew
like
they'd
to
find us
play this being
eventually.
hard of hearing, and
But we
it
have
just
a plan. Let's make it happen.
really unfortunate.
Get out of there!
Oh gosh, everyone yelled at once.
Arbiter and I will guard the op center. Don't worry about the commander, Chief. I got him. But the Marines downstairs could use your help. Okay, that's enough staring.
I'm gonna go this way. Oh yeah, this doesn't actually lead. I did
You don't
this
wanna see this.
when I came back here. This just goes up to here. That's right.
Chief, move out.
Okay, I am. I'm getting there.
Commander will
Sorry.
brief you as you go. Follow me, sir.
Perimeter's this way.
Yeah, let's just follow these guys.
Come on, sir. I'll show you the way.
Is that Nolan North?
The base was built for some 20th century war. It's full of old tech, like these door controls.
He really sounds like a 13-year
Get those
younger
turrets up.
Nolan North.
Watch your fields of fire.
How'd they find us?
Probably just smelled you, man.
Bite.
Haha.
Sick of hiding anyways.
Quiet. Cut the chatter. Calm before the storm, Marine. Enjoy it.
Like, there are these pauses where I don't know if I'm supposed to wait for them to tell me what to do or where to go.
Hangar Sergeant.
Agreed. Master Chief, get there.
Yeah, get some.
I like this section though. I like going back and forth through this thing. It really feels like
Good. This channel is
they're trying to
My fire teams are spread thin.
attack
Can't
us.
hold out forever. I need that hangar cleared for evac ASAP.
Well, let me clear the hangar then. That's weird. I don't know why he switches to pistol when I come out. Okay, I also want to see what's over this way. If anything. I doubt there's anything, but I didn't see that last time. There's nothing. Cool. Rats? I can't believe they put rats in here. Okay. Huh. Sorry. I'm really wasting time. I'm just surprised that they put that in. Like, someone had to have spent their time like, okay, I gotta make these rat models and give them pathing. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh, I don't... I'll just take that. In the first two games, I absolutely hated fighting the Flood. I did not enjoy it at all. It was a hassle, and it wasn't fun. And in Halo 3...
Hey, open up!
Password, please.
You gotta be kidding me. What password?
Hold on, I've never seen this.
Password so we don't open the door for brutes.
Do I sound like a brute to you?
Well, you could be held prisoner by brutes.
If I was held prisoner by brutes and knew the password, then the brutes could just force me to tell you the password and you'd open the door for them.
Okay, well now I'm definitely not gonna open the door.
Oh, we need ammo!
Well, why don't you go ask your brute buddies then?
Ha! That's fun. I didn't see that my first time playing through. That's what a cute little thing. Yeah, the Flood were actually fun to fight in this one. The fact that they're so juicy and they break apart as you shoot them. Good job, guys. Good job. I'm glad I can come here to help. It just... Let me switch this. I like this gun too. The fact that... yeah, they fell apart. Like, there was more mice. Oh, I didn't notice this before. Before, it felt like fighting the Flood was just, I don't know, it was a hassle. There were the big ones, like fighting the Covenant. They're aliens with guns, and you gotta shoot them first. With the Flood, you shoot them and they die, and they might come back to life. Oops. Oops. And he's dead, so I'm glad I spent my time jumping there. With the Flood, yeah, there's those balloon ones where you shoot them once and they blow up into all these tiny ones. It was just...
Pelicans can't launch until the hangar's clear!
With the Covenant, you shoot them and they're dead. And that's the strategy, is all these different Covenant, how to best approach it to kill them as fast as possible. And with the Flood, it was just much more of a hassle. But it felt way better in Halo 3. Because you could just blow them to chunks and know that they're dead. I think that's what it was. There's a lot in Halo 3 that I'm like, this is better than Halo 1 and 2, and I just don't really have the exact words to explain why.
Give me cover. I'll check it out. On my mark.
Never found any skulls. I know that those are a thing that exist. I just want to walk over here to see what's over here. Oh, look at that. That's such a cool view. So cool. Okay, back to the fight. Let's tell my Halo 1 story. So I went to a friend's house who had the new Halo game. And it had multiplayer shooting where all four of us could play at the same time. And that was my first experience with a first-person shooter and first-person shooter controls. And I don't know if everyone else remembers their first experience with twin sticks or using left stick to move, right stick to aim, but it was impossible for me. Hold on, I want to
Chief,
there we go.
double
See,
time.
sometimes it just takes so long for them to tell you what to do next. Just another tiny nitpick. And I could not figure out the controls. Like, obviously it's second nature now, but I'm just curious if anyone else remembers their first time playing. Like, why does it give me this pointer now? It's never given me a pointer before when there's only one place to go. It's like, here, go here. If anyone else remembers, because I couldn't do it. Whenever I would see someone, I would panic and just be like, ah, firing straight up into the sky. Like that guy's doing. Exactly like this guy's doing. That was me playing Halo for the first time. There's nothing on the ceiling, but that's all I could aim for. I love that he's doing that.
Hostiles reported outside the barracks.
This way, yeah. And so what I did, it was my first experience with camping. I found a little building and just sat in there and waited until wait, I want to see if that guy's gotten into that room yet, because that was over here, right? Yeah, it was. So I just camped and waited for, I didn't know, camping might not have even been a thing yet, but I just sat and waited in a room until someone walked in, and then I loaded in with bullets, and I was like, yes, I'm good at video games. Oh. Oops. Whoops. So did he get in or did he die? Was that blood splatter here before?
Anyone in the barracks? I
Gosh,
need
now
a
I'm
sit rep.
curious.
Now.
Yeah, so that was just, it's really funny for me to look back on and just be like, wow, I couldn't do anything. And look at me now. Now I can aim and shoot like the best of them. I played a bunch of Halo Reach multiplayer though and had a ton of fun with that for a solid 2 or 3 weeks. It was really fun. I didn't have any experience with the Halo Online multiplayer because I didn't have it, but I was like, I can see why this is fun. This is really fun. I guess people don't like the power-ups, but I really liked being able to choose,
Sir, this way!
I usually choose.
Look! Coming out of the vents!
I hate these things. I chose invisibility and used that to kill people. I felt smart for like, if someone was following me, I'd go around the corner and turn my invisibility on. Gosh, these things are annoying. They just move too fast. Stay on the wall. It's much easier to shoot you on the walls. Dang it. Wasted all my ammo on these stupid bugs. Okay, there. I like how that door doesn't open until the moment all of those bugs are dead. Can I have a gun from you? No. Okay.
If I try to hook up a timer, it might go off by itself.
From you, please.
Johnson. You
I
might
would
want
like.
to point that out. Chief, have a look. A little going away gift for the Covenant.
Yeah, this conversation starts.
Throughout the base.
There we go.
As soon as the evacuation is complete,
I couldn't figure out where they were talking from when I first played through this.
good luck, everyone. See you on the last Pelican out.
Follow me, Chief.
It's just interesting to me. I feel like I've said that 70 times this video.
Brutes have taken the
I'm
barracks.
sorry.
Marines are
But
trapped
it's just
inside.
interesting that there was a time
ain't
before
much
people
for mercy,
used
Chief.
2 sticks
We both know what they do to
to
prisoners.
control shooters. Because it's just the default now. Oh,
Get
sorry.
to the barracks.
I'm
Save
getting
those
there, I'm
men.
getting
Then escort them to the landing
there. It's
pad
just
for
something
evac.
that younger people don't know, I guess. Like, your Fortnites. I think he might have already been dead. Your Fortnites wouldn't exist. Gosh, that's a lot of brutes. Eat this. Eat this. What is that grenade? That's a different grenade that I haven't seen, except in Halo 3. And I don't know what it does differently. Yeah, that's right. Sounds so tough beating these guys on the easiest difficulty. Oh! I just tried double jumping. Stop dodging my grenades, jerk. Hooray. I also guess I'll talk on Halo Infinite. I'm making this video after the first gameplay was shown for Halo Infinite. And I saw it, and I was like, hey, that looks good. That looks fun. I'm excited to play that if I ever get a... Oh, gosh, that scared me. If I ever get a Series X. And then I went on the internet to see what other people thought. Hold on. Yep. No subtitles. And I went on the internet, and everyone was mad, talking about the graphics for a game that hasn't been released yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore these guys.
The prophets use you like they used me. Reject their lies. Rebel, or all your highs will perish.
Oh, he's still talking to them after they're dead. I thought it looked great, and that's just another sign of... Oh, that was cool.
No! Please!
Another sign of what I'm trying to accomplish with this game is you don't have to be so dang negative all the time about video games. You don't have to be the first to point out, oh, this doesn't look good. The lighting is so bad on this. Oh, yuck. It's a game that isn't out yet. Like, if it comes out and it looks like that, feel free to judge it. Feel free to say this looks bad and it shouldn't look this bad. But for a gameplay demo of a game that's not out yet, come on. There came a point in time where people stopped having fun in games and had more fun criticizing games. And I'm here to tell you, the video games are good. Video games are fun. Yeah, come out of your bubble shield, Winston. Oops. Do those guys take more damage when they berserk like that? I feel like they do. That's a big weapon. Dang it. I love that their helmets come off. That's such a nice little touch. Feels great to headshot people. Yeah, I did. I'm so cool.
We did all we could. Let us move the survivors up to the hangar. There is a lift outside.
I'm curious if a studio, a big studio, made a game like this, how it would be received.
Commander, we lost the ops center. Brutes attacked in force. Couldn't hold them off.
Falling back to the hangar. But don't wait for us.
Mic off.
Should I do, ma'am?
Hold position. I'm not leaving without him.
Something bothering you? Mic on.
I'm curious how a game like this would be received. Because, like, another thing I've read is that people don't like that there is a sprint button in the Halo games. Where when I played the first two Halo games, those outdoor sections, just like walking from place to place, was agonizing. And I was like, all I want right now is a sprint button. So it's interesting that people see that as a negative.
I've got movement above envelope.
Brutes. They've got jump pads. They're going after the thrusters. Shake them off, Lieutenant.
Some of the death animations are super cool. Like the ones that fly off, or they keep firing their gun. Boy, you were not prepared for this fight, were you? Yeah! See, like that. That's such a great line.
Finally, something.
Drones, go! I'll cover you.
I hate these stupid drones. They're my least favorite enemy.
Roots, in the ops center. They disarmed the bomb. Sorry, Commander, there were too many. Even for me.
You will be the protectors of Earth and all her colonies.
So what is that's happening right there? Because Cortana's with the Flood at this point in time.
Rearm the bomb. I've got to get these men out of here.
So like, is that just memories of her, or is she actually communicating with him somehow? I don't know. Stop it. I love the vehicle sections in this game. I might just skip to one after this just to show how fun they are. The Scorpion is one of my favorite things to drive in any video game. Oh man, I forgot. We gotta talk about the Warthog. The last mission in Halo 1 was the most frustrating thing for me. Ow, I destroyed that guy. How do I get up there? Is this... Am I just skipping right ahead? That might be. Yep, I sure am.
We have taken their command center. Have you discovered how they plan to stop the element of fire?
The last mission in the first Halo was so freaking difficult. Oh my gosh, I was getting seriously. What is happening, dude? Calm down. There, take that. I threw a grenade way off. Another one. Big miss. Just punch him. I died so many times because that thing is so difficult to control, and there's so many corners to get caught on.
The service elevator in the hangar. Head downstairs, cut through the caves.
It was awful. I hated every second of it. Does it show me enemies? And so it was a... Oh gosh, that scared me a little bit. It was very pleasant for the last mission in Halo 3 to be so fun. Man, my controller is vibrating like crazy. I really appreciated that they made it so open and let's switch out for this because I'm gonna get these weapons from you. So open so that you could course correct if you made a mistake or had a bad bump. Just these guys, who cares? And it was a lot of fun going through these ramps and flying over all this stuff. So again, just things that aren't explained properly. That arc that we were on, does that create Halo rings? Because we were on there and then it just like pooped out a Halo ring that we went on to blow up. Is that where Halo rings are made? Because that's kind of interesting. I just want more. I like the story and I want more of it. That's cool. Hold on, I gotta check on... No, that's not over here, that's over. I just want more of it. I want it explained to me. I'm an adult, I can handle it. Okay, let's go check over here again, just to see if maybe... Gun, door still closed. Can't open it. Okay. still a fun little thing. I hope he got in and didn't die. I mean, there wasn't a body anywhere that I saw. I could see some people maybe not liking the backtracking in this, but I like getting to go through these things multiple times. I don't know. It's fun.
You will become the best we can make you.
Guy climbed up there just to jump down. Man, punching people is so satisfying. See, the fact that the whole engine's shaking is making them fall. That's another nice touch.
There isn't much time, Chief. Find that elevator.
Found it. So long, losers. Be great if Master Chief said that. Oh yeah, then this...
This place will become your home. This place will become your tomb.
Like, are these things that she said previously? I feel like those will make you the best that you can be, is something that they would have said. Oh, here we go. This is a vehicle one. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to mention, now that this reminds me. The AI driving is so bad. So bad. I would rather sit in the back seat and shoot things, but it's kind of hard to do it when the AI driving is just so very bad.
What happened?
Because I also don't trust the
Chief, please respond.
the shooters to shoot things if I'm driving.
Find transport. Head to the town of
I didn't hit that
You
button.
can walk. Set your boots on the line.
I did not hit that grenade button. Just want everyone to
You've got
know.
the right idea. Let's mount up. Get the hell out of these caves.
Let's go. Moving.
So let's drive it. Let's try driving. Who wants to be the gunner?
Let me drive.
Thanks for the ride.
I hate the driving like this, with where you aim where you want to go instead of just steering. I hate it. And it's something that I wish they would just change. But I know that it's always been this way.
Surprise, crab face!
What a fantastic line. Surprise, crap face. Amazing. I have to use that in real life. Whenever I see people again.
It's down. Chief, still can't get the commander. Comms are a mess. Pelicans are scattered. Best thing now, get some distance between us and the base. Brutes are gonna be looking for survivors.
So I remember when I was in the passenger seat, the guy would just drive around until I killed everything. But apparently, you don't need to do that. I can just drive around and go wherever. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me just use my strength to flip this. I feel like the open worlds, like this driving section, are better here in Halo 3 than they were in 1. Halo 1, it just felt like it was... Oh, gosh! It felt like it was just big and open for the sake of being big and open. Where in this, it feels like it's more... Okay, that's not where I'm supposed to go.
This right here is why I signed up.
Cool. I remember when I got to this part, I was like trying to find a door. I was like, how do I get in there to disable the thing? And I was like, oh, I just walked through.
Grant our position. Uncovering the train
Hey, I did another achievement. I love these driving sections just because it makes the world feel so much bigger.
This is only Recon 111. The cruiser's above. They found
Say again, Recon? You're breaking up.
something in the crater, ma'am. Something beneath the storm.
So I remember the troops just go straight into there, and that's where I went. But there's all this. Oh, I guess there isn't a bunch of area to explore under here. Thought there was. I feel like there's a skull hidden somewhere.
Master Chief?
That's
Finally, a
me.
good connection. Truth has excavated a Forerunner artifact. We have to assume it's the Ark.
Keep pushing to the town of Boyd, Chief.
I guess they do say Forerunner. Because at the end they say that Master Chief is a Forerunner. And I'm like, cool, what's that? I don't know what that is. I just wanted to look and see what's over there. Take that, crap face.
Watch it! Come and get it!
Whoa! Oh yeah, I remember this. For a little bit here, I was like, I don't remember doing this. When did this happen on my first playthrough? No, I remember this. Why don't I get a jetpack? What did he say? So I remember when I did this, I went over to this turret because I was like, oh, this is going to be like one of those video game sections where they come at you and you got to use this turret to defend yourself. And I couldn't shoot anyone. They kept hiding behind cover, and so I eventually just jumped out. And I was like, nope, this was maybe before those kinds of things were in every game. I'm Master Chief on the easiest difficulty. I can just run in and do this. Oops. Okay, you're a little tougher than the other ones. But not tough enough, crap face.
Ray, get to cover!
No, you. That's fun to do. That's always satisfying.
Pelicans coming in!
Brutes have plenty of armor between here and Boyd, Chief. But this warthog should help you punch on through.
Yeah, give me that warthog. It takes this a little bit too long to come down. Again, just a very tiny nitpick. And there it goes.
I got the gunner seat. I want to ride.
I want to ride.
Find me something to shoot.
Let's go shoot some crap faces.
Move up.
This song, this music right here, wonderful. I love when this picks up. We're gonna make this jump, boys. Told you. It was playing Halo 1, and most of the game is just dead silent. It's just completely dead, no music or anything. And then there'll just be like this heavy metal guitar riff that's just like out of nowhere. It's like, I was like, what is happening? So I'm glad that they got something more instrumental and more tone fitting.
Chief,
Okay. Can't believe I can just drive through this. I mean, I guarantee it's because I'm on easy. I'm not silly enough to. Oh. That's crazy. I'm sure that people like play this on Legendary are just
Lord
like,
Hood, we made it.
this guy.
Music to my ears, Commander. What about the Ark?
Fully uncovered, sir.
We don't have much time. Marines, the Prophet of Truth doesn't know it yet, but he's about to get kicked right off his throne.
Yeah.
You will take our city back and drive our enemy into the grave they've been so happily digging.
Yeah.
One final effort is all that remains.
Let's go get those crap faces. I thought the ending of Halo 2 was horrible. I did not like it at all. It was barely an ending. Cool, look at me. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh no, stop, stop! Why is this happening?
Chief, the Prophet of Truth has found the Ark. Our only chance of stopping him is a surprise aerial assault. Clear this sector of Covenant anti-air defenses. Make the Admiral's ship. Good hunting. He's out.
Okay, well. I guess I'm gonna have to end the video a little sooner than anticipated. Wait! Alright, we did it! All those achievements! What was that? That was so weird.
Ready when you are, Chief.
So I'm not gonna go into this next section just because we only have a couple minutes left. So, all in all, to sum it up, how far back can I go? Halo 3, unsurprisingly, is a Did I just kick that blockade? What is happening? Unsurprisingly, Halo 3 is a very good video game. I think what it does so good is it's just fun. It's just a bunch of fun. I play it and I shoot things and I have fun doing it. Oh, what a horrible death sound. And that's something, it's a game that, like I said earlier, much earlier, it's a game that doesn't exist anymore. It's just a first-person shooter that you go through the missions and shoot things. And it's incredible that it is so simple in what it does and what it is, and how fun it is, how great it feels just to go and shoot everything and to experience the story. I still think it's not the best at actually telling the Halo story. I think it could be a lot better in that regard, but of the main 3 Halo games, it's definitely the best of them. And I think that it's still a fun game to play in 2020, and it's an absolute blast. I'm excited to potentially do the multiplayer. I don't know if I'm going to. I got time commitments to other things. But to sum it up, Halo 3, an excellent game back in 2007, still a very good game in 2020. Is there really nothing back here? Cool. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, I know that I did a lot of rambling in this video, and I apologize for that. But thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you didn't like this video, feel free to dislike it. Give me a comment about why, and I'll try and improve, and maybe someday I'll earn your subscription. Otherwise, again, thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.